Hey Catherine, I'm going to do a quick walkthrough for you. So this is 4300 White Feather, okay? And this is one of the RV pads where a Class A motorhome was. And then up on the driveway by the two trailers was another RV pad. And these have water, electric, sewer. This one has its own septic. But anyway, it's 1.76 acres. This is looking at the house. We're looking south. That way is due south. And behind me is due north, okay? And I do have the survey. So one thing we might be able to do is use this patch of land here for whatever. I mean, let's use it. That'll probably be, say, an RV pad, okay? But this here can be used, and it's not a small piece of land, but it does have a lot of tree cover, okay? And this is, we've never run the irrigation system. There's some heads under here for the irrigation system. We never ran it because it sprays the house with iron. We got to adjust the heads, and we never did. So this was a much more lush lawn when we moved in. Now it's kind of, you know, may need a ton of topsoil, you know, who knows. But we've got this whole area where we can grow something. This is nothing to write home about. If we have to, we'll yank that all out to make more planting, okay? That's the wood pile from the lightning tree, and this here is whatever, you know, it's very nice. We like it a lot, so we wouldn't want to tear it down for the quote-unquote farm. But then you've got this area here, okay, and this is actually a pretty nice area. Now this trailer was abandoned by the brother of the former owner. That's going to be gone. This truck will be moved. This trailer will be out of here, okay? So you've got this whole area, and then he did put rocks. He put rocks and dirt down many years ago. And there's some sprinkler heads all throughout this area, but again, the system hasn't been run. So our property probably goes to, let's take a look here. There's a marker somewhere. Not exactly sure, but it probably runs to about here. Okay, so this whole area, I don't know if there's anything. Maybe we clean it up and do something with it, who the hell knows. But anyway, so this here, okay, and all these vehicles will be gone soon enough. The boat's going in the driveway to get fixed, and this other stuff is just a lot of storage that I have. So this is kind of where the rocks end. And then this area here is now actually a pretty reasonably healthy lawn. Emma spread a lot of seed and whatnot. And so we've got this whole area, which used to be in the dark because that lightning tree was just a massive, beautiful monster. Of course, now it's gone and dead and buried into that wood pile. But this whole area gets a lot of full sun, okay? So this area gets a lot of full sun. And the driveway, you know, there's that centerpiece behind the car that you saw a minute ago, okay? We've got the front lawn here. This gets a lot of full sun. This gets a lot of full sun. And here I'm going to put on the light. Let me see if that's on. Okay, so this here's the irrigation system. Here's the irrigation pump right there. And you've got 8 zones. I think the valves have to be replaced or whatever. Here's the Rainbird. It's got the Wi-Fi adapter. The app's not so good, so we'll probably change this out. This is kind of an older one, okay? But here's the pump house. So you got this is new. I put in a new jet pump. I put in a new pressure tank. So here's the irrigation system, okay? And there's 8 zones, okay? And then this here, when you guys last came here, that shed back there was in the middle here, okay? That shed is now moved. There's a big CNC machine in there. So this area, okay, that pump house is there. There's a cement pad under that hot tub. It looks defunct, but it actually does work. That tent is going to be gone. That's temporary storage. So you've got this whole, and this boat and that wave runner, that'll be gone. So we can clear this all out. So there's a pretty big field here for whatever, okay? We might need to fill it, topsoil it, whatever you guys say, okay? And then coming back here, here's the yard, all right? I mean, there's some area here that we can do whatever you guys want. This is a almost fully shaded meadow, okay? There's an almost fully shaded meadow here. And this area has a lot of sprinkler heads, certainly 2, 3, or 4. And then there's a pond through there. We have about 1/3 of that pond is on our property. This is a pine forest, Australian pine. We're starting to yank these things out. They grow really fast. Apparently they're an invasive species, and we're gonna start cutting this back a little bit to free up some more room. We would never cut these all down, okay? Coming around this way, I'm sorry the video is so long, you guys could probably skip around. This tree looks like it's lifting out of the ground a little bit. We may have to drop some limbs here to maybe balance that tree a little bit better. And I'm gonna come walking through this way, okay? And this here, now this jungle here, we could trim this jungle back quite a bit if necessary. It's pretty thick to the property line, must be 20-25 feet to the property line, okay? It does give us some privacy, but there's a fence through there. So if necessary, we can take this jungle back somewhat. As a matter of fact, there's some power cables, and that's a palm tree, but you can see some FBL cables right up in there, okay? This tree here can actually go. It doesn't really do much good because the jungle back here gives us our privacy, okay? So this jungle can come down. This big messy stump here, we can just get rid of it. And then of course, here's some more jungle, and it juts out here. Now this is the big open area that you saw. And I wound up stopping mowing it the other day because it started to rain on me. But this is the big open area where we were originally going to put the trees. This is all just debris that's grown up from the ground because I cut a tree in half because it was making the pool get into the shade and the pool wasn't getting warm. So we've got this whole area here where we were going to do the crops, and it's full sun. You know, whatever's here is just going to roast alive in the full sun. Of course, we'll keep it watered. And here's that meadow I was telling you about where we didn't mow for quite a long time. And then over here, of course, we get the pool equipment in the way a little bit. But here you have, these are the garden beds where the wood is in the way, so I cannot mow this. Never got around to it, but I need to just crowbar these up. They come up easy, and you know, we'll chop them up and burn them or throw them out or whatever the case may be. But this whole area can be used for also growing whatever it may be. You know, so this whole area, and matter of fact, this is part of Zone 8. You've got one sprinkler head here. I don't know that there's many others in this area, but that's part of Zone 8. Pretty sure we could, you know, tap into that and so on. So we've got this whole area on the right edge of the property all the way down. Now the septic tank is here, so I don't know how close we really want to go to it, okay? This is the septic. Here's the green lid for the septic tank. So that's all your unpleasant trees. And then this here's the big meadow that I got to yank the beds out of, okay? And then that's the whole walkthrough. Here's your two properties. Here's the RV pad, 50 amp. It's septics to that tank. And then there's water from the treated hose right there. And then this is the side of the property. So that's the whole walk around. I'm sorry it took so long. Okay, you're about 8 minutes in, I think. And, you know, that's pretty much it. So let's get as aggressive as we can and turn this darn thing into a farm. And we'll have something to show the tax man when the time comes. So it is a change of plans. It's now to be an absolute aggressive commercial farm using as much of the land as possible for fun. And then, of course, for the commercial aspect of it, okay? So I'm going to send you the survey in a little bit, and I'm going to upload this video to YouTube.